really determine the future of our country. I'm also running for my 5th term. And it's been such an honor to have the support of the Korean American community and to see our political power continue to increase here in the state of Georgia. So again, early voting is underway right now, and so please vote early and vote for Kamala Harris and for Democrats up and down the ticket. All right? Yeah. So we have 2 special guests who will be providing some remarks. First, we're going to have Michelle King, the candidate for House District 99, share some remarks, and then we're going to have Congresswoman Marilyn Strickland, the first and she's going to answer some questions as well. So if y'all have any good, hard questions, she is ready to answer questions. So let's have a great night. And of course, thank you to Congresswoman Strickland for hosting this event. She is buying everyone dinner. All right, well, yes, exactly. All right, with that, Michelle King, please come up and give us a few remarks.
Hello everyone, thank you very much for coming in this Sunday afternoon out of your busy schedule. We're having a very important moment right here today, and early voting started on Tuesday. You saw the long lines, we broke the historical record, and especially Korean American, we need to get out the vote as early as possible. So the message we are pushing out is just the last day is November 5th. So we already passed like 5 days, and until the November 1st is the early voting days, right? So on November 5th, you never know what's going to happen. You might have a sick children or sick child, or your tire can be flat, or anything happen. So you don't need to wait until the last day. So early voting until the November 1st, get out the vote and bring your friends and family to the polling place. The benefit of early voting is you can go any polling place in Gwinnett County or Fulton County, the county you live. So just get this benefit to be early voting, and there will be no long line. 안녕하세요. 오늘 이렇게 일요일 날 급한 시간 내주셔서 감사합니다. 조기 투표 꼭 하시고요. 그 지역구 내에 있는, 카운티 내에 있는 어느 투표소나 갈 수 있으니까 조기 투표 꼭 하시기 바랍니다. 감사합니다.
Thank you, Ms. King. Again, please vote early. Without further ado, it is my honor to now welcome our special guest and our host for the evening, Congresswoman Marilyn Strickland.
Thank you.
Well, first of all, thank you, Georgia. Thank you, Atlanta, for giving me such a warm welcome in the very short time I've been here. Welcome back.
예, 먼저 조지아 그리고 애틀랜타 모든 분에게 이렇게 따뜻하게 환영해 주셔서 감사합니다.
My name is Marilyn Strickland. I am running for re-election, but I am here today in Georgia to campaign for Vice President Kamala Harris and Governor Walz to be the next leaders of this country.
예, 제 이름은 메리 스트릭랜드고 올해 선거에서 재선을 뛰고 있습니다만 제가 오늘 조지아에 왔습니다. 그것은 바로 카멀라 해리스 부통령과 팀 월즈 주지사를 위해서 캠페인을 하기 위해서입니다.
So here is one thing I know about the Korean American community. We are not a monolith. We have different political views, we have different ideas, we have different life experiences. But there are a few things that we must be united behind. Number one, we respect democracy, the right to vote, and the freedoms that we have fought for.
예, 오늘 우리 커뮤니티, 한인 커뮤니티에서 한마디 드리고자 하면은 먼저 우리는 한인 커뮤니티가 딱 천편일률적이 아니라는 거 압니다. 우리는 서로 다른 정치적 관점을 갖고 있고 이제 신념도 갖고 있고 그 다음에 또 다른 인생 경험을 갖고 있습니다. 그러면서 우리는 공통적으로 단결해야 될 것이 몇 가지 있습니다. 세 번째, 우리는 먼저 민주주의를 존중해야 합니다. 그리고 우리는 투표할 권리를 존중해야 합니다. 그리고 우리는 자유를 자유를 지켜야 합니다.
We believe in the rule of law. We believe that when people seek higher office, they should be people of good character and decent, kind people who care about other people.
예. 예. 우리는 이제 미국은 무엇보다도 룰적으로 그러니까 법에 지배되는 나라입니다. 따라서 법을 지켜야 합니다. 그리고 만약 공직에 도전하는 사람이라는 먼저 good character, 그러니까 이제 좋은 성품을 가져야 합니다.
We believe in economic opportunity for all people, supporting our small businesses, making sure our children get access to good education, and that when we send them to school, whether they're our children, our grandchildren, our nieces, our nephews, that they do not have to worry about gun violence and having a massive shooting at their school.
그리고 우리는 모두 동등한 경제적 기회를 가져야 합니다. 그리고 스몰 비즈니스가 번성해야 합니다. 그리고 우리의 모든 아이들이 좋은 교육을 받아야 합니다. 그리고 또 여러분의 자녀, 손자, 아니면 조카, 그 모든 사람들이 학교에 갈 때 폭력, 특히 총기 폭력에 대해서 두려움을 가져서는 안 되고 안전한 학교를 가야 합니다.
And culturally, we believe in taking care of our children, and we believe in respecting our elders and taking care of them as they age.
그리고 우리의 문화로 볼 때 우리는 아이들을 잘 돌봐야 되고 어른들을 존경하고 모셔야 합니다.
But we believe again in democracy. When you vote, your vote should count. So I am here today, as you heard the other speakers ask, to please vote in this election. And here's why this is so important. When an election is close, the Asian community is the one that is the margin of victory. There are 100,000 Korean Americans in the state of Georgia. When we show up, we can determine who wins and who loses. So let us live up to our responsibility because we know how great this country is. We have two choices. We can choose decency or the opposite. We can choose democracy or authoritarianism. We can choose. We can choose a president who embraces and loves people regardless of their country of origin, or we can take someone who peddles hate and makes you feel bad for being from another country. So the United States of America is for all of us. Let's do our duty. Let's show up and vote. I thank you. There will be a translator to tell you what I just said, and then I'm going to take some questions. 감사합니다.
우리는 무엇보다도 민주주의를 존중해야 합니다. 그리고 여러분이 투표를 하시면 그 여러분이 하시는 모든 투표가 카운트, 그러니까 계산이 된 집계가 됩니다. 그래서 지금 나가서 투표를 해주십시오. 이번 선거는 매우 중요합니다. 이번 선거는 굉장히 빠듯한 승부이기 때문에 우리가 누구를 누구를 지지하기로 결정하면 우리가 스스로 결정합니다. 즉 여러분께서 지금 현재 조지아에는 10만 명 이상의 한인들이 살고 있습니다. 한인들이 나가서 누구를 찍겠다고 누가 이기를 원한다고 결정하시면 여러분이 승부를 결정짓게 되는 겁니다. 여러분에게는 두 가지 선택이 있습니다. 먼저 정직하고 성실한 후보가 있고 그렇지 않은 후보가 있습니다. 그리고 여러분을 사랑하고 존경하고 그 다음에 여러분의 출신에 상관없이 모든 사람을 존경하고 사랑하는 후보가 있고 혐오를 조장하는 후보가 있습니다. 따라서 여러분들이 나가서 투표를 하셔서 어느 후보가 적당한지 결정을 해주시면 감사하겠습니다. 지금 나가서 투표를 해주시고 그 다음에 질문 사항이 있으시면 받겠습니다.
So now I am happy to take any questions from anyone. Yes. Yeah. Please tell us who you are and ask your question. You have to stand up to do it.
Well, I'm Ankifa. I'm a high schooler in the Forsyth area, and I was just wondering, how would you recommend young people continue to get involved when after the election?
You want to translate that? Okay.
예, 저는 키라라고 하고요. 포사이스의 고등학교에 다니는 사람이고요. 저희 질문은 이제 이 선거 후에도 젊은 사람들이 앞으로 어떻게 정치에 참여할 수 있는지 알려달라고 합니다.
So my answer to you is that typically when there's a presidential election, the effort to recruit volunteers, especially young people, gets ramped up. Then it falls way back down. So I would say two things. Number one, as elected officials running campaigns, we have to spend money on you even when the election is not happening to keep you engaged. So bringing you to events, paying you to be volunteers, those types of things. But I'm also going to put it back on you all as well, because everything happens in local government, and that is a chance for you to stay involved. So show up at your city council meeting, go to your state legislature, talk about issues that are important to you, and then also ask yourself, how can the federal government support local government in what it is I'm trying to do? You have far more power than you think you do. Being a volunteer is just one first step, but there's so much more you can do to actually affect policy.
여러분에 대한 질문에 대한 답을 드리면 일단 먼저 공직자로 볼 때 이제 대통령 선거가 있거나 이럴 때는 발로티어라든지 이런 사람들 요청이 많이 들어오고요. 하지만 선거가 끝나면은 그런 수요가 많이 줄어듭니다. 관심이 줄어드는 거죠. 그래서 일단 선거를 하는 공직자로서 이제 다양한 캠페인을 할 것이고 그 다음에 이벤트를 할 것이고 그때마다 나와주시고 발로티어를 해주시면 저희가 대가를 치는 겁니다. 하지만 두 번째는 여러분에게는 지역 선거에 대해서도 관심을 가지고 여러분의 지역 선거에도 관심을 가지고 참여를 했으면 합니다. 예를 들어서 시의원 회의 아니면 주의원 회의 아니면 거기에 가서 여러분이 중요하다고 생각하는 것을 얘기하십시오. 특히 지역 정부에 대해서 여러분이 관심 가지는 것을 얘기하십시오. 왜냐하면 여러분의 투표는 여러분이 생각하는 게 힘이 더 셉니다.
I'll try to keep my answer shorter.
질문 있어요? 질문 있으면.
Right here.
Yes.
When I go to vote for the Senate.
Oh! What is she gonna run for Senate? No, her. Her, yeah.
Yeah.
Chongwon, can you interpret that? Can you interpret it in Korean?
오케이.
질문은 질문이 주 상원 워싱턴주 상원에 언제 출마하실 건지.
아, 오케이.
When are you running for Senate?
Okay, you go up.
No, his question was, when are you, Congresswoman Strickland, going to run for the U.S. Senate? And I live in Washington State, and we have 2 senators, so I tell folks anything is possible, but you also sometimes gotta wait your turn.
Yes.
현재 워싱턴에는
Oh, the microphone.
예. 워싱턴에는 상원의원 2명이 있고요. 그렇기 때문에 순서가 돌아오길 기다리셔야 한답니다.
Any other questions?
질문 있으면 그냥 여쭤보세요, 여기.
Anything that's on your mind, I'm happy to try to do my best to answer.
I think I'll be done.
Yes, sir.
I'm James Lee with
Let's see that.
Georgia Korean American Farmers Association.
Just living in Korea.
Korean farmers.
He's my my first time taking sides in an election
Okay,
purely for selfish reasons.
that's a very good reason.
Because the association has been working very hard in providing a connection between the Asian American farmers and the USDA equipment. We've been doing it for about 5 years. In those 5 years, we have Trump years.
Yeah.
Right, 4 years, where we couldn't even get one high tunnel support in those 4 years. So, nothing. All the budgets, programs, everything had stretched out. But, we live in America, right?
Yeah.
And, you go with whomever
Yeah.
is handling the administration. We went through that. And then the Biden administration came in. And now, we have American Family Rescue Plan, Farm Bill, the latest, the Inflation Reduction Act. Not to mention, USDA's or the Biden administration's, comprehensive look at how government is helping the people. And we're really excited. We were funded over $1 million to help the mental illness for the farmers and to provide farming opportunity for the disabled. We'd love to have it continue. So when I heard the news saying, the Georgia may be pivoting on the Asian voters, I just couldn't wait anymore.
Thank you.
Now, the problem with Asian American farmers is that nobody knows there are many.
So, and let me speak to this. So, he's making a comment as an Asian American farmer. And when a lot of us think of farmers, we think of people who do not look like us. But one of the things that Congress has done, one of the things that the Democrats have done, and something that I've introduced, and the Biden-Harris administration, is we recognize that farmers are small business owners. People often forget that. So we are trying to help minority farmers get access to capital, working on all the things that have to do with keeping your employees healthy, but also making sure that if there's funding available, that you are fairly at the table and getting access to things. So thank you as an Asian farmer for standing up. But here's the deal too. We don't get things if we don't speak up. You have to have people at the table representing you. So it is my honor to represent you. And when I go back to DC, I will be very specific about Asian farmers, the small businesses you own, the food you put on the table, and why it's important for us to support you as much as we support big agriculture. So thank you.
예, 먼저 아시안 농부, 오케이. 네, 아시안 농부로서 열심히 해주셔서 감사하고, 많은 분들이 농부하고 정치인은 별로 관련도 없고, 찾아갈 이유도 없다고 생각합니다. 하지만 이제 민주당, 그리고 의회, 그리고 바이든 해리스 행정부가 하는 일은 강조하는 농부 역시 스몰 비즈니스라는 사실입니다. 많은 사람들은 농부가 스몰 비즈니스라는 사실을 잊곤 합니다. 그리고 저희들은 이제 마이너리티 소수민족 농부들에 대해서 돕기 위해 노력하고 있습니다. 예를 들어서 소수민족 농부들이 대출이라든지 그 다음에 직원들을 건강하게 유지할 수 있도록 그리고 지출에 대해서 도움을 받을 수 있도록 하고 있습니다. 하지만 여러분들이 목소리를 내지 않으면 우리는 여러분의 목소리는 들리지 않습니다. 오늘 이렇게 얘기를 해주셔서 감사하고 제가 이제 워싱턴 DC로 돌아가면 아시안 농부들을 위해서 저희가 더 많은 목소리를 내도록 할 것입니다.
And I know we want to get to dinner, but at your table is a little brochure in both English and Korean, and it answers the question, why Korean Americans should vote for Kamala Harris. And I know that we are here among people with different views politically, But as I said earlier, we have to think about what we have in common, the promise of what this nation is supposed to represent. And here's the best thing about voting. No one knows what you do. It's a secret. So you can take whatever position you want in front of your friends and family if you need to, but when you get in there and cast your vote, that is your private decision. So vote your conscience. Vote what you know is best for this country. Vote what you think is best for the world. But remember, we are here in this country because we value democracy. And the choice is very, very clear. Thank you for being here. Thank you for voting. Grace told me to say 감사합니다 and a deep Thank you.